something is too big, I mean really too big, the content creators, media people, everything like that got too overwhelmed. The reason why the authentic version is not out fully. But Hannah's not allowing certain things. And do you see how Hannah, even though she's narrating, is talking in the third person? That's mental illness. But that's AI generated illness. So she's sitting at home doing this narration, and we have Illuminati chopping up the work. They're already touring in the United States. It's Hannah generating, so she created the Sun collection. They're touring, and they're posing as if it's Hannah in the United States. It's really, really devastating because it belongs to Canada, and it belongs to a Turkish national, a blonde one. So, because people change places, that makes the story 1,000 times worse. They're trying to control, and they're refusing to pay legal dues, saying it's too big. But what if Britain's Nick, which is Britannica, Britain's Nick was told back then, don't do the encyclopedia set. Today, forever and forever, we will remember Britain's Nick. And we don't want Britain's Nick to be used by the Indians because they like to do stuff like that where they pose. And even as I'm at my thrift store, I'm walking around, they're taking pictures because what they're trying to tell me is Juliana's, like as I purchase something, the person name is Juliana, that I'm buying her bag and I'm following her. I don't know where they're coming up with this. Because they've, even today at 4 a.m., they're mentioning Juliana. I don't even know who Juliana is. There was a Juliana in court with me with Cease's time. I'm assuming it's that, but I don't know for sure. Nor am I interested. All I know is I live in the zone of Hannan, and whatever's out there, we don't want a single feed. Whatever's in here is the authentic. And you will know if we do the movie. But do you see how I'm talking? Sounds kind of normal? It took years. I'm an older woman now narrating the story. Way older. I can tell you kilometers of things that occurred in the vicinity. Kilometers. Make a long story short, when it's super big, the proper thing to do is let us finish, because we want Britannica's Nick. But it would be Turkic people's Hanna book. That is the authentic Sun. And when you think of Sun, always think of yellow hair. And when you think of Sun, always remember, her other lineage of Ottoman history, which is the Kurdish flag Sun, because of her lover. Because that's not an Ottoman flag. So Hanna used the Sun symbol for many, many reasons. And, it was Barry Bond's ex-wife's name. And Hannah's friend was married to Barry Bonds. So that's Sun. She played ball, Hanna did, in a group called Sun Youth. That was Sun. Her hair was blonde. That's the biggest reason. Sun. And her PKK lover was Sun. All of these things, because that's also an important part of history. The Kurdish indigenous of southern Turkey didn't match Ottoman Kurds. It's a piece of history. It shows the variance of our topography. Sun. Sun, the biggest sun, is the Christ Son. He was a boy. Hanna has boys only. Sun. So you see, sun, sunshine, or sun, because she has boys. All of these things are what is generating from her urban past to her hair color to the locals in Anatolia to the games she used to play. It's called God's foundation. So we want that sun in one place. But it's hard when you have Indians who are fixated on idol. And it's hard when you have Chinese that are so orderly in fear following the Indians or vice versa. It's hard when the Turks are given money and they want nothing to do with someone who's dating PKK. All of these things contributed to Hanna's injury, and plus, it didn't help that the devil was latched on. Every day, Hanna does something towards the project. Today, she's going to put a sign up, please remove your ICC cables, please remove your AI from the boxes in the vicinity. We want a clean system. We want AI, but we want it cleaned up. We don't want that violence on women, men, and children that she was exposed to for years of fighting ethics in this authentic, true story, which for her started in 2003 with her Iraq ethics work. In 1998 is when her brother released Turkic, the devil's tongue. Or there's another theory to that, because she never got a chance to fully get the full scoop on it, and she won't ask until this whole investigation is done. But her brother was living in the gay borough of Christie and West Toronto, where it's Queen Street. In that vicinity, it may have been leaked, and there's several witnesses. Like, it's not something that's made up. In 1998, they may have used that. That generated 9/11, or that's one theory. Or the Osama, she might be the other, is another theory. So we are piecing together events that went on over a course of how many years that may have generated an alternative theory to what happened with 9/11. If we can do the movie, it's really interesting. Another interesting fact.